Hey, beautiful souls, welcome to my channel where we talk about all things healing, empowering, and spiritual growth for the busy, burnt out moms who want more than just survival mode. Today, we're diving into something that has affected women for generations, something you may not even realize is shaping your life right now. We're talking about the witch wound and the fear of being labeled too much. This wound is personal for many of us, especially women who feel like we're walking on eggshells when it comes to how we express ourselves or show up in the world. If you've ever been made to feel like you were too much, too outspoken, or just too much to handle, this video is for you. So what exactly is the witch wound? Because I know a lot of y'all are like, what? I'm no witch. But contrary to everyone's belief, there is magic within all of us. Witch wound is this deep-rooted ancestral trauma that women, especially those of us connected to spiritual and intuitive practices, carry within us. Historically, women who were strong, outspoken, or connected to nature and spiritual wisdom were often labeled as witches, meant to suppress their power. This wound stems from centuries of persecution where women were punished for being too much, whether that meant being too intuitive, too vocal, too smart, too confident in their abilities. While the days of witch trials are long gone, the impact of this trauma still lives in us. It's that voice inside telling you to dim your light, to not speak up, or to just be grateful and not want more for yourself. Let's talk about how this wound shows up in your life, especially as moms. Do you ever feel guilty for wanting more, whether that's more time for yourself, more success, or more peace? Or maybe you hesitate to speak up because you're afraid people will call you difficult or overbearing, or you just don't want to be shamed for it. Okay? One of the ways this wound manifests is through a fear of judgment. You worry that if you set strong boundaries or express your true thoughts, people will say you're too much. You have more than likely already experienced these judgments. It makes you feel like you're walking a tightrope, constantly trying to be everything to everyone without being labeled as selfish or ungrateful. And this could be coming from family, friends, coworkers, or even your kids. So hesitation to speak up, feeling guilty for wanting more, fear of being judged or criticized, constantly dimming your own light. We're expected to do it all, but society often doesn't want us to be too powerful while doing it. And the truth is, that's exhausting. The witch wound doesn't just affect how you interact with others, it deeply impacts your healing journey. If you've ever felt stuck, unable to fully step into your power, this could be why. There's this underlying fear that if you fully embrace your healing and your intuitive gifts, it will alienate you from those around you. The truth is, it will. I want to keep it 100. It will, because the people that are around you, minus your kids for obvious reasons, may not even be your people because you are not fully embracing who you are. So how could they be your people? You have so much to offer, but the fear of being labeled too much makes you second guess yourself. Think about how this impacts your self-care. As a mom, you already feel guilty for taking time to yourself. Now add the pressure of trying not to seem like you're too indulgent or spiritual enough or too detached. It's overwhelming, right? It's like you're battling this invisible force that's keeping you from fully stepping into your divine feminine energy. I know, I've lived it. I am beyond traditional if you put me besides other spiritual coaches. But I have learned that there is a lane for everybody, honey. You will find your people. Now that we've recognized how the witch wound is playing out in your life, let's talk about how to heal it. Healing this wound is about reclaiming your power and your voice unapologetically. The first step in healing is recognizing that you're not too much. You're exactly enough. You are worthy of taking up space. You're allowed to want more out of life, and you're allowed to be powerful in your own right. Whether that means embracing your spiritual gifts, your career ambitions, or simply speaking up when something doesn't sit right with you. All right. So here are a few ways to break through this cycle. Set clear boundaries is one. Start small. Practice saying no when you're overwhelmed and yes to the things that fuel your spirit. You'll feel it. Number two, embrace your inner power. Trust your intuition, whether you feel called to spiritual practices like divination, meditation, or rituals. Follow that pool, please. You will not regret it. And if you're having trouble really tapping into your intuitive side because you're second guessing yourself, I completely understand. Awareness is key. All right, number three, create a sacred space for healing. Take time each day to honor your own spiritual path, whether it's through journaling, going to church, or simply sitting in silence. I know it feels like you have to keep it all together for everyone else, but healing this wound means giving yourself permission to be fully you without shame. Remember, your power is not something to hide, it's something to embrace. All parts of it, good, bad, ugly, beautiful, all of it. And here's the thing, I will say this over and over again, moving through this trauma doesn't just benefit you, it benefits your children. When you are moving through your healing journey, you teach your kids that they don't have to shrink themselves to fit into a box society has created. You show them that it's okay to be powerful, to speak up, and to fully express themselves without fear. And teach your sons that it's okay for girls and women to be themselves and do less shaming and more discernment. We are the ones breaking this generational cycle. By healing ourselves, we're healing our lineage and creating a future where our children can thrive without the fear of being too much. We're creating the safe space for them. And that's a beautiful thing. Tough, but beautiful. Okay, y'all, thank you so much for joining me in today's deep dive into the witch wound. Remember, you are powerful, you are deserving, and you are not too much. It's time to heal from those old narratives and step into your fullest potential. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with another supermom who could use some encouragement. And if you're ready to dive deeper into your healing journey, check out my free on-demand masterclass where I go into more detail about how to release those blocks keeping you from living the life you truly deserve. Until next time, stay divine and keep embracing your magic. Peace.